The cell is made up of cell wall, nucleus, cytoplasm, and other cell organelles. Now, group of cells, similar cell performing similar function, they are known as tissues. A group of cell performing similar function are called tissues. So, in this chapter, we learn about tissues, then different types of difference between plants and animal tissue, two types of plant tissue and the further classification of it, and types of animal tissue. So, first let us begin with the types of organism. So, as we know, the classification organism on the basis of cell structure is depend on the number of cells. So, an organism which has only one cell, they are known as unicellular organism. In this unicellular organism, like amoeba, only single cell carries out all the functions in the body. That is intake of food, respiration, excretion, all the different biological function are carried out by a single cell. And multicellular organism, they consist of more than one cell. So a group of cell combines to form tissue. This tissue does a particular function. Tissue combine to form organs. Organs combine to form organ system. And organ system combines to form the body. So suppose group of cell form tissue. Say digestive system. So digestive system consists of esophagus, stomach, intestine, large intestine. So all these different organs, they are made up of tissue, and tissue are made up of a group. Tissue are made up of cells. So cell is the fundamental unit, and cell unite to form tissue, tissue unite to form organs, organs unite to form organ system, and organ system unite to form the body. Okay children, so now we'll see what is a tissue. A tissue is a cellular organization level. It is intermediate between cell and complete organism. That means a group of cell form tissue. Tissue is an ensemble of cells. That means group of cell. Not necessarily identical. ऐसा जरूरी नहीं कि उनका same होना चाहिए, but they are from the same origin, and then they together carry out the same function, a specific function. Okay, so group of cell performing similar functions are called tissue. Now, study of tissue is known as histology. In connection with disease, it is known as histopathology. Now, let us see the importance of tissue. Why tissues are important? First of all, formation tissue has brought about division of labor. यानी अलग अलग काम बढ़ गया उनके बीच में. So different function is carried out by different tissues. So division of labor is done. So tissue become organized to form organs, organs to form organ system. So it has improved the organization. The higher जो multicellular organism होता है उनका division of labor होने के बाद it is made easier to understand कि which tissue is carrying out which function. Okay, so plants are mostly autotrophic organisms. Autotrophic means auto means by themselves. So they prepare the food by themselves, and they are also stationary. Stationary means they don't move from one place to another. So therefore they require less energy as compared to animals. Animals के comparison में plants को कम energy चाहिए. So most of tissue in plants are dead, and they provide structural strength. They structural strength देता है plants को. On the other hand, animals are heterotrophic. Hetero means others. They depend on others for their food. So they move in search of food and hence need more energy compared to plants. So most of tissue are living. And first difference between plants and animal tissue में क्या है? In plants, the tissues are most of the tissues are dead. In animals, most of the tissues are living. So hence plants and animals are made of different types of tissues. Now there are some tissues in plants which divide throughout their life. पूरे lifespan जो होता है उसमें division it goes on in the body for the growth and reproduction of the plant. Such ever dividing tissue are localized in the central region of the plant body. So on division, due to that, they are classified into different types that we learn further. So now, as we saw types of tissue, plant tissue and animal tissue, first let us see the difference between the plants and animal tissue in detail. First difference मैंने क्या बोला? I told you all, animals are mobile, so they require more energy. Okay, since plants are stationary, they do not require that much energy, so hence more living tissues are not required. Here more living tissues are required. Animals move from one place to another, hence they need more energy and therefore more tissues are required. Here plant, they are stationary. So most of the tissues are dead and provide mechanical strength as easily as living ones and need less maintenance. Sorry. Cell growth is uniformly distributed. Okay, when a body grows, it grows uniformly in animal cell. In plant cell, growth is limited to certain region. Suppose अगर apical region से grow रहा है, it will go in the tip part only will grow. Okay, otherwise in animal tissue, it will, the growth is uniform, same throughout the body. In animals, structural organization of organs and organ system is more specified and complex. In plants, structural organization of organs is comparatively less complex. The plant tissue का जो structural organization है, it is less complex. So these are difference between plant tissue and animal tissue. First one, okay. Since animals are mobile, they require more energy, and more living tissues are required. Here, more living tissues are not required. In animals, more living tissues are required. In plants, more living tissues are not required. In animals, they move from one place to, hence they need more energy, and so more tissues are living. Here plants, most tissue provides structural strength, so most of tissue are dead. So here most of tissues are living, here most of tissues are dead. Cell grow uniformly distributed. Here growth is limited to certain region only. Structural organization of organs and organ system is more specified and complex. Here it is less complex. So this is the difference between plants and animal tissue. Now children, after learning the difference between plants and animal tissue, let us study the plant tissue in detail. The classification of plant tissue. Okay, so plant tissue is divided into, first, that is meristematic tissue and permanent tissue. Meristematic are the ones which are capable of cell division. That means they can divide, they can multiply. Permanent are the ones which cannot carry out the cell division. They are incapable of carrying out the cell division. They are called permanent. Permanent tissue further divided into simple and complex. Simple yani this tissue are composed of single type of cell. Okay, they are composed of only single type of cell. Complex tissue are composed of more than one type of cell. A group of cell but more than one type of it. Again, simple tissue are further divided into parenchyma, collenchyma and sclerenchyma. And complex further divided into xylem and phloem. So all have the different functions. So first let us see again the division, the classification of plant tissue. Meristematic and permanent. Meristematic are the ones which are capable of cell division. That means they can divide. Permanent, they are incapable of cell division. Further, permanent are divided into two types, simple and complex. Simple further divided into parenchyma, collenchyma and sclerenchyma. And complex further divided into xylem and phloem. Now let us study the detailed structure of these tissues. Now first is meristematic tissue or meristemum. They have the power to divide and form new cells. They can grow. I told you they are capable of growth. So they increase in length and the plants and found in the growing areas of the plant. As they are growing, they are capable of growing. So they are found in the growing areas of the plant. Okay. So new cells are produced by the meristem are similar to the meristem, but as they grow, their characteristics change and they differentiate. But as they grow, they mature and the characteristics slowly change and they become differentiated as components of those tissues. Okay, so apical meristem. Now there are different types of meristem again. So first we learn they have the power to divide new cell. They increase in length, so they are found in the growing area of the plant. And the new cells that are produced by the meristem are similar to the meristem. But as they grow, the characteristics change and they differentiate. Now what are the characteristics? Cells are active, that means they are living. Have dense cytoplasm. Cytoplasm भी है उसके अंदर. Thin cellulose wall भी है. Prominent nuclei भी है, but they lack vacuole. Why they don't lack vacuole? Because vacuole provide rigidity to cell and prevent quick cell division. vacuole की वजह से क्या होता है, सेल डिवीजन नहीं होता है जल्दी. सो उसमें क्या होता है, लैक ऑफ वैक्यूल्स. So cell needs a dense cytoplasm and soft cell wall for cell division, and that is there in this type of tissues. Now types of meristematic tissue depending on their location. जहाँ जहाँ पे वो लोकेट होता है, सपोज एपिकल रीजन, इंटरकैलरी, उसके डिपेंड ऑन दैट इट इज नेम्ड. Let us first see the apical meristem. This is the apical region over here. Can you see the tip portion, growing tips of the shoot, apex meristem, and root is root apex meristem. That is from where the tip part it is growing, that is called the apical region. Increased length of the plant. What is the function of the apical meristem? To increase the length of the plant, length or height, whatever. So apical meristem is found at the tip of the shoot or the root. Okay, the apex region it is said. Intercalary meristem at the base of the leaves or internode. Here internode yani the place between the two nodes or base of the leaf, this is called internode. So it is called intercalary meristem. Increase in length of organ like leaves and internodes. So they increase the length of the leaves or the internodes. That is the function. Lateral meristem found in woody trees and plants. Lateral meristem means here at the stem region. So there are two types of lateral meristem, cork cambium and vascular cambium, found beneath the bark. अगर ये bark region है plant का, see here, this region. Okay, so increase the diameter of the girth. It increase the diameter. ये area जो है उसका diameter increase होता है because of the growth of the lateral meristem. So there are three types of meristem: apical, intercalary, lateral. First of all, what are meristematic tissues? They help in, they are capable of cell division. Okay, and they differentiate. So, and the characteristic is what? They have dense cytoplasm, thin cellular walls, and they have nuclei, but they lack vacuole. Why they lack vacuole? Because vacuole, it provides rigidity to cell and prevents quick cell division. Okay, three types of meristem. Apical meristem, it is found at the apex, that is the shoot region and the root region, and therefore helps in increase of the length. Intercalary meristem, that is at the nodes or at the base of the leaf, it helps to increase the length of the leaves. And lateral meristem is at the cork cambium or the vascular cambium, it helps to increase the diameter of the girth. Okay, this is about the meristematic tissue. So meristematic tissue is composed of immature cells and regions of active cell division. So their cell division is very active. Tend to be small, have thin walls and rich in cytoplasm. Found in growing tips of roots and shoots. Now apical meristem responsible increase in length of the plant body. I told you it is at the apex region, at the root tip and the shoot tip. So found at the root tips and apical buds. So it helps in to increase the length of the plant. Lateral meristem responsible for increase in girth or the diameter, present in the woody region and produces the cork. So this is about the meristematic tissue.